It is their fourth trophy under Hansi Flick. Real Madrid equalised twice in first half stoppage time. First quite brilliantly through Vinicius Junior, and then through youngster Gonzalo Garcia. Alonso's side gave all they had, and they did conjure late chances. Carreras and Asensio, the fullbacks, in stoppage time, could have sent this game to penalties. But on his Clásico debut, Joan Garcia was able to make the saves. Barcelona were able to protect their lead. And those in red and blue tonight can celebrate. Joy for Lamine Yamal and his teammates. The full-time score at the Al Linma Stadium in Jeddah is Barcelona 3, Real Madrid 2.
What an exhilarating end to this fixture, live from the King Abdullah Sports City Stadium in Jeddah. We saw a befitting Supercopa España. The first El Clásico. Full-time scores 3-2, a thrilling 5-goal game that had so much excitement, so many talking points, even a red card to boot. But it was the Blaugrana that would get the victory and secure their first title of the new season. Wow. I'm still in the company of Udeze and Gideon, and I know somebody has an extra smile on his face, but let's talk about how beautiful this final was. A befitting way to kickstart, well, I'll say more or less kickstart the drive now for the business end of the season in Spain. Gideon.
Yeah, fantastic one, really. I mean, the El Clásico, the first installment for the calendar year, lived up to its billing. It had everything you would expect from, you know, a game of this magnitude. We had goals, we had a red card, we had everything. And, you know, Barcelona, the success continues under Hansi Flick, his fourth trophy under the manager, and also a successful defense of their Super Cup triumph last time out. And now, you know, the record holders have even added just another one to the very illustrious trophy cabinet. 16 Super Cup titles, and what a way to do it. Brilliant goals we saw. Fantastic night for the Blaugrana. For Los Blancos, well, could there be more pressure mounting on, you know, Xabi Alonso?
Perhaps.
Really, because it looked like, you know, he was beginning to steady the ship coming into this game. But then again, it's back to the drawing board for Real Madrid. And, you know, we really just will be expecting what is going to unfold for Real Madrid and the manager this season. But away from all that, kudos to Barcelona, a hard-fought battle and a good victory for the Blaugrana.
Did a good victory for Blaugrana, that is Barcelona, that's their nickname, by the way. You also have to feel hard done for Real Madrid, especially for players like Gonzalo Garcia and Vinicius Junior, who had great performances. But on the other hand, that man in your picture, the manager of Barcelona, having that record now of 8 consecutive final victories. He loves to play in finals, and he also gets the job done. I know you're very happy about this, but coming down from a neutral point of view, how would you rate this Barca team? Do you feel this would give them that push? They are current league leaders, by the way, but this was a Barca team that played, even though they were down to 10 men for about a few minutes, but you could always tell that they had the game under control.
Yeah, beautiful game, a great game from both sides. I almost give kudos to Barcelona, also to Real Madrid. The intensity of this game was very
lovely final.
Very high, very high. Come on, that's what you get from an El Clásico game.
That's right.
Especially when Barcelona is playing against Real Madrid. This is what you get. Beautiful game, beautiful game. And for me, for Barcelona, well, congratulations to them. They won the El Clásico today, which is a good one. I think this will boost their morale going into the La Liga games to make sure to see how they're going to win the La Liga. But it's not going to be easy. Let's be honest. It's not going to be easy because whether we like it or not, Real Madrid don't mark this game for Barcelona. Say yes, we're not going to win La Liga for our hand. You know. So far so good. A great one for both sides.
All right, it was indeed a great encounter Welcome back to our studios. A wonderful encounter as we just witnessed the best that the Supercup España has to offer. And it was a great performance. You can see clearly behind me on the screen the huge face of Lewandowski. He also had a goal in the proceedings. But one player also caught your attention. That was Rafinha, guys. I feel Rafinha obviously is the man of the match. He had 2 goals. Even though the second goal was a bit of good fortune, a deflection that kind of favored him. But he was all over the place in terms of the attacking third for Barca. He was the star man.
He was just, the most potent source of attacking threat that Barcelona had to throw against Real Madrid. And this is a man who likes to score against, Los Blancos. Last season, he got a couple of goals against them.
He loves the Supercup España because even the last final last year, he was amazing as well.
Even in the semi-final, in that bashing of Bilbao, he had a brace too. Had a brace again in the final. That's 4 goals in this edition of the Supercup. So this is a man who is in excellent form for Barcelona. And even the team right now are playing very good football. They're top of the La Liga table, 4 points ahead of Real Madrid. Now they've won their first title of this season, and it just looks like, the way they're playing right now, they're well on course to claim yet another, La Liga title. So it's very good times for Barcelona and even the players. Rafinha has had an excellent time, and you'll be looking at him, to add more to his illustrious goal tally already this season. And given the way he's playing, you would expect him to do that. For Madrid, oof, you don't know what to expect. But for Barcelona, let's just focus on them. They're the champions right now. They won it, and congratulations to them.
Of course, the accolades keep on coming down on Barcelona, and they do deserve it because they are the winners of the Supercopa de España. In English, the Spanish Supercup. I keep saying it now. People think I speak Spanish. No, it's just the title is there right there. It's nothing special. But there you have it. A lovely venue for this momentous occasion. You talk about the beautiful spectacle of a stadium that is known as the King Abdullah Sports City Stadium in Jeddah, potentially one of the stadiums that might host the World Cup game.
If I happen to be as I think I was somewhere in about 60th.
But you can see Pedri then winning the best assist of the Supercopa España, especially now in this new expanded format. And of course, Pedri had that wonderful pass to Lewandowski so that the defense breaking
line splitting pass.
It was amazing.
Through the center halves, he had a great vision. He picked up Lewandowski in space. And Pedri, this is a player who has been excellent for Barcelona over the couple of years. So you understand that, he has been one of the focal points in the midfield setup for Barcelona, and his talent and his skill set shown today in this game, and he was well on course, to give Barcelona yet another title. And, it was just a brilliant performance from the whole team, even the players, just to say the least.
You can see Rafinha as well getting the MVP of the Supercopa España this season, and he deserves it because great performance against Athletic Club, and then comes up and gets 2 goals in the El Clasico, being the man of the match as well as the most valuable player, the MVP, and he's well deserving for the Brazilian. I'm even going far ahead. I'm going to for Real Madrid now. Any lessons learned because if you take a look at the players critically, some of them trying to battle injury, like for instance, Kylian Mbappe was not really fit, but he tried his best. There he is again. He tried his best to be there, but he wasn't really there. Players like Jude Bellingham really didn't have a very good game. Vinicius did his best, but one man can't really do that much,
Yeah, I agree with you. Victor. For me, this is El Clasico. Everyone wants to play in the El Clasico, Even if I'm there now, if I'm injured and they ask me to come and play, for sure I will step in and play. That's why it's the El Clasico. So great one for Real Madrid. I just hope they just go back to the drawing board and see what see how they're going to come in and contest for the league. Because this one is gone, done and dusted. Done and dusted.
On to the next one.
On to the next one, I can say here in Nigeria. Now, although Ife has mentioned that, Real Madrid will go back to the drawing boards, I think it's pretty obvious that Barca deserve the victory and they are the champions of the Supercopa España. Many thanks go to Ifeanyi and Gideon for making this really exciting. And it's also, as well as it's time for us to hand over now to compatriots over there in Saudi Arabia and let you enjoy this amazing trophy presentation crowning Barcelona as the champions of the Supercopa España.
Time now for the refereeing refereeing team to receive their silverware, led by José Luis Munuera Montero. So the refereeing team is José Luis Munuera Montero, as well as Daniel Trujillo on VAR, Íñigo Prieto and Martínez Moreno, the assistant referees, and Quintero González, the fourth official. Time now for Real Madrid to step forward. It is runners-up for Los Blancos for the second year running in the Supercup. Up now in 3 of the last 4 finals. First taste of this competition for Dean Howson this week, same to Franco Mastantuono. Same applies to Gonzalo Garcia, who is among the goals, and there is Kylian Mbappe. Rudiger not fit enough to play tonight. Mendy was not named among the substitutes. It's Jude Bellingham, 3 previous winning goals against Barcelona, not to be tonight. No minutes for Trent Alexander-Arnold in either the semi-final or the final. And there is Real Madrid's club captain, Dani Carvajal. Hasn't featured due to injury since the October Clásico. Time for Barcelona to step forward, led by Hansi Flick. An embrace with his president, Joan Laporta. First trophy with Barcelona for Rooney Bargi. More silverware for the likes of Olmo and De Jong. There is Gavi, out with a knee injury. Chesney was sent off in this fixture last year. Now they scored in the final last year. And another youngster, young Marc Bernal, receives his medal. And Barcelona prepare to lift the first trophy of the season. Some of the youngsters there: Tommy Marquez, Dro, Jeffra Torrens, Diego Kochen, and another youngster, Lamine Yamal, followed by 37-year-old Robert Lewandowski. And it is Ter Stegen and Araujo who come last. An emotional embrace from Joan Laporta to Araujo, who returned to action tonight. 2026. Supercup champions of Football Club Barcelona. Barcelona lift the first trophy of the season, hoisted high by Ronald Araujo. Fireworks in Jeddah. A kiss of the silverware for Dani Olmo.
A beautiful sight to behold as Barcelona are now officially crowned the champions of the Supercopa de España for this new season. And obviously, it is the first trophy of the calendar year as well as the first trophy of the season. And it's so well deserved after what was an absolutely entertaining Supercopa España final. That was also the El Clasico as Barcelona beat their fierce rivals by 3-2. What an amazing moment. And look at that. Beautiful spectacle there from the organizers there. That's a lovely, man. Gideon, maybe go watch ball one of these days. Amazing.
Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. I hope you're listening. I hope you're listening. Fingers crossed.
All right, guys, let me get your thoughts on this. Just find out quick thoughts on this. If there's your thoughts on the Supercopa España and Barca being victorious after beating the Athletic Club in the semis and Real Madrid in the final.
Yeah, good one for Barcelona. They deserve to be the champions. They deserve it. You know, great team. You know, good players, great players. They fought today, fought really hard today to win this Super Cup today. You know, so for me, I'm happy for them. Happy for myself as well because I'm a big fan of Barcelona.
Listen now.
Everyone knows that.
Daisy,
come on,
nobody
bro.
said that.
Stop hating, man.
You
Don't
say
hate.
that.
Don't hate on your pro, man. Come on.
No problem.
All right, Gideon, let me get your thoughts. I know you don't have a dog in this fight.
But I mean, look, you have to just enjoy the game regardless. You know, especially for neutrals, it was just a brilliant one.
It was.
You know, the Supercopa final, having, you know, the biggest game in football, the El Clasico, Real Madrid, Barcelona. Barcelona showed a lot of fight. You know, they took the lead 3 times, and exactly everything you would expect from, you know, an El Clasico is what we saw today. Barcelona doing the business. That's why they're the record holders of this competition. Officially, trophy number 16, the Supercopa number 16 for the Blaugrana. Successful defense of their title. The team are flying high right now. And what can you say? Congratulations to Barcelona.
Indeed.
But let me beg them. Just say Barcelona. Say all Barca.
I just said congratulations, Barcelona. What more do you want?
Barcelona.
Should I take off this jacket? Is there a Barcelona jersey underneath? What do you want me to do?
All right, now let's also have our own official congratulations to
That's right.
Barcelona, because here it is. They are your champions of the Supercopa España for the 2025-26 season. That man there in your picture, the manager, Hansi Flick, undefeated in every single final he has been a part of, and the Blaugrana maintaining that high culture of excellence as they are now the champions of the Supercopa España. Now, in that note and in that mode, let's also remind you that we also have our own championship here to defend on Sporty TV, which means that we have to maintain our promise to give you the best sporting action. And we're not going to falter on that promise because coming up, we do have an exciting lineup for you. It is the English Premier League coming back to your screens as Liverpool, defending champions, take on Burnley live on the 17th of January, 4 p.m. live from Anfield on Sporty TV and also on NTA. Then it is action from the German Bundesliga. Bayern Munich will be away to RB Leipzig, a big game in the German Bundesliga, as that will be live also on Sporty TV and also on NTA. Then we'll turn our attentions to the Spanish La Liga as Real Betis will be taking on high-flying Villarreal. That will be 9 p.m. on Sporty TV and also on NTA. Not forgetting on Sunday, we have action from the Italian Serie A as AC Milan, who have a big ambition to recapture the Scudetto, will be taking on Lecce live from the San Siro on Sporty TV and also on NTA. Good news is that this is also available on the Sporty TV here today on Sporty TV. Many thanks to also go to the crew behind the scenes. I always say this, they work. I thank you for being a part of this. Just remember to follow us on social media, all right? X, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Now, thank you for being a part of this, for making this so magical for us. My name is Victor Godfrey. I say this all the time Be good and be safe. Keep it going as a sports fan. It is bye from us and bye for now.
Give me 10